to the second half of my League of Legends roundup for January 28th. I have the LEC here, and then I'll have the LCS lock-in series afterwards in a separate. It'll look separate because it will be filmed after the series. Right now I'm doing this in between the two. We had 5 games as normal with the LEC on a Friday. A lot of decent games, one blowout. The last one was a doozy in general. And the blowout was the game that we thought would be the most hype. So kind of an interesting day. Let's get started with the bottom team. If you haven't seen the first half of these videos, or any of these videos for that matter, I take notes of the key moments of each game, go over it with you in a much quicker fashion than it would be to watch the whole entire game. For instance, like the 38-minute game between XL and Mad Lions, you might not want to watch 38 minutes, and I'll give you a breakdown in 5 or less. So, first game was between BDS and Astralis, 9th and 10th in my rankings. I liked what I saw out of BDS in this game, not only winning, but Syncroft doing well. I think Syncroft is definitely the bright spot on the new team. He looks really good. He started the game off solo killing Zanzara on Diana Viego matchup. He would then get some action, getting a pick play, turning into a Cloud Drake, and by 10 minutes they're up 2-0, but Astralis was up 1.5k gold. However, Zanzara was not focusing Drakes. In the end, BDS do get an Infernal Soul in this game without giving up a single Drake, because they took the mountain. There's a trade in top lane 1-1. 18 minutes, it's 3-3. But BDS now has a 4k gold lead because they were able to take the Rift Herald at a point during the early game where it wasn't contested. I don't mark down the Rift Herald if it's not contested. They utilized it properly, utilized their advantages. And Syncroft is 3-0-0 on Diana. At 19 minutes, there's our first significant team fight where BDS would win 4-2. Adam and Syncroft both with double kills. That got them to Soul Point. They did a pick play shortly after that. By 22 minutes, BDS are up 8-5 now. 5.5k gold. Syncroft has 6 of the team's 8 kills, the other 2 being on Adam. The teams would then trade kills. 25 minutes. BDS would take the Soul after a 2-0 team fight win. A few minutes later, they would get a pick play that turned into a Baron. Astralis probably should have fought that Baron because by this point the game's getting out of hand. What else do you have to lose? But they didn't. And 2 minutes later, BDS win by going through bot lane in an ace 5-1. Syncroft's my MVP. Like I said, being 6-0-0 by 22 minutes, I think he ended up with 8 or 9 kills in this game. Maybe 1 death. He was dominant to start the game, set the tone, carried them through the mid-game, and also emphasized getting Drakes and the Baron, and that is not what Zanzara was doing. So, good game out of BDS. But again, it was against Astralis, so we got to temper our expectations. How they do maybe against a team like SK or XL, or, probably SK or XL's on these two teams' levels. After watching today's games, at least, that's how I feel. Game 2 between Mad Lions and XL. Like I was just saying, XL is more of a bottom-tier team. Mickey X just joined the team. We'll see how long it takes before he gets it together with them, because today I don't know if he was really all there. They pulled out a Vigar, which is interesting, and a Senna. If you didn't catch my buff and nerf video, I didn't mention a Vigar in the video because no one plays Vigar really in pro play, at least over the last 6 to 8 months. Nobody even brought it out. So there was no reason for me to think, oh, well, somebody's going to benefit from this pick being back. Buffed at least, while XL tried it. And mixed results. Nuke Duck had a couple plays on it, but nothing of significance. So Mad Lions would start the game by going bot lane, get an advantage. They would go to Rift Herald after a pick play at 9 minutes. When they were doing that, XL took an Infernal and then went bot lane to get a kill. The teams would then trade dives, one going top lane, one going bot lane. So at 15 minutes, Mad Lions only have a slight gold lead. However, they went and took a mountain to even out the Drakes. 17 minutes, the game is still close. There's a 2-2 fight in the topside jungle. The game is 5-4. Sorry about that. The game is 5-4. Unforgiven is 2-0-2 on Varus. Mad Lions would then take a Hextech Drake. Eventually, they take the Hextech Soul in this game. They win a team fight 2-1 in the river to set up Soul Point uncontested. So Mad Lions have taken 3 Drakes uncontested in this game. XL are just rolling over. Elyoya steals the Baron at 27 minutes. After they go to Soul Point, XL do not contest the Soul, the Hextech to go to Soul Point. They go to Baron. Elyoya beats them to it, stealing it from them, outsmiting, Marcoon. And now Mad Lion have a 5k gold lead. 5 minutes later, they get a pick to take Soul, which then turns into another fight for Baron, where XL are able to make a small try and make a mount a comeback, taking the Baron, stealing it back at 33 minutes after a 2-2 fight. So 36 minutes, it's 10-7. Mad Lions only have a 3k gold lead. So 36 minutes, this isn't very much. But Unforgiven is 4-0-5 on Varus. And he would just get a double kill in the final fight a couple minutes later, along with Ermit in a 5-1 ace to end the game, 16-8. Unforgiven was my MVP because, I think he ended up with like 9 kills in this game by the end of it. 8 or 9 kills. Clearly a very big contributor. All the way through 36 minutes, he had 90% kill participation. He was dealing damage, doing what had to be done. Elyoya is also somebody I considered for a little while, given that he did do that steal. Who knows how the game is at 27 minutes if he doesn't steal that and XL get it, because, maybe XL turn that into getting the next Drake, preventing a Soul, extending the game, and being able to scale more. Nevertheless, Mad Lions won the game 16-8, so it doesn't really matter. Game 3, Vitality and SK. This was an interesting game. At the end, similar to, gave me kind of vibes of how this last game ends up going too. So there's a fight in top lane to start this game at 4 minutes. It goes 2-2 both sides. SK would take an Ocean. Vitality would be up 1k gold at 10 minutes. And then they would go mid lane at 12 minutes. SK go top lane a minute later. So through 13 minutes, both teams are very active all around the Rift. Vitality take the mountain, and it's 3-3. Vitality with a 2k gold lead, and all of that is on Perks. Perks was out farming Certus really heavy. 1 second. So Perks was really out farming Certus. He was the big reason why they had a gold lead. 16 minutes. There'd be a skirmish in mid that went even, so the game is still even in terms of kills. 20 minutes is when the game turned for Vitality. They took this Cloud Drake, won in a team fight 5-1, self-made with a triple kill on Jungle Gwen, which Gwen was using the jungle a bit last year, and maybe she's going to make a comeback on 12.2 in that regard. This turned into a Baron, an 8k power play, and Vitality just rolled after that for a few minutes. Vitality would win in mid 5-1, Alfari with a triple kill to push their gold lead to 13k, which I've only seen twice in the LPL this year. I haven't seen gold leads that big at this point in the game yet, really, and it was only 23 minutes. And this is where things get interesting, because SK make a stand in top lane. They make a stand. They win 4-0. They push them off. They get them out of there. And it forced them to reset, which is, you got to give SK credit. Being down that much gold, they were able to find a moment to push them away. Vitality would end up winning the game on the next push. Self-made with a double kill through top. But you got to give SK credit. Self-made was the MVP. That triple kill after the Cloud really solidified the game for them. He also got the double kill at the end of the game. I think he had the most kills on the team in the end. I don't normally want to pick the guy that has the most kills, but I do pick the guy that had the most kills when we had a fight that decided the game. Because up until that point, it was 4-4. It was an even game. Perks had the gold lead, so Perks was the other consideration, because he clearly was creating a mid gap, but didn't really find opportunities to take advantage of that when the game was still close. The fourth game was supposed to be a banger, and the last game ended up being a banger. This one, not so much. So, Rogue and Fnatic both come in 5-0, and you see by the score 20-4. Fnatic did not show up today on the Rift. So, this was all Rogue. Clearly. Early game, Rogue would go mid and top, Malrang making a difference, trying to create advantages. Fnatic would take an Ocean. Rogue would then go mid again to get Larson ahead. They'd get a pick play. 10 minutes, Fnatic would answer by trading kills in mid lane. But right now it's 6-2, and Larson is 3 3-0-2 on Twisted Fate. So he's getting ahead. His Twisted Fate is good. So Fnatic are starting to fall into a trap here, fall into a hole. Rogue would win in bot 2-0 a couple minutes later, turn that into a mountain. Win 2 fights simultaneously at 14 minutes in top and bot 2-1. So now it's 10-3. Larson is 3-0-4, and the teams then trade kills again. So it's a bloodbath. I mean, we're at a kill per minute pace of 15 minutes, and Rogue are getting the vast majority of it. However, I will say that the gold was close still. The gold was close for most of this game. Fnatic were able to make up the difference in terms of turret plates, creep score, and things of that nature. They were able to find advantages to try and stay on even footing despite being down in kills. The next 7 to 12 minutes were boring as hell. Very reminiscent of an LCK game. If you see here, I've got pink. That means 2 Drakes were taken back to back. 2 Cloud Drakes nonetheless. Both teams took them. No contention either way. 25 minutes. Rogue would take a Baron 3-0. Larson with a double kill. That's where the game pretty much was decided. Taking a Baron when gold's pretty much even is one way to win the game. Larson's double kill played a big role in that. That's why he's the MVP. 4K gold lead. Rogue would go to Cloud Soul Point during that Baron. And before it ended, they would end the game through bot lane 2-0. Obviously, they didn't end 2-0. They would ace them and other antics happened around the Nexus, but I didn't bother talking about that because, the game's over. 20-4, Rogue smokes them. Larson's the MVP, mainly because of all the action he did in the early to mid game. That actually kept them close with Fnatic, because if Fnatic is close to you in gold and you're up 8 kills, that means somewhere there is a leak in your team. But they are able to win the game, so that's all that matters in the end. In the last game between Misfits and G2, both teams coming in 3-2, very evenly matched on paper, on records, in the standings. And in this game, they ended up going down to the wire. So G2 would open out this game with an early lead. They'd go mid, they'd go top. Jankos was doing a lot of damage. He would take 2 Drakes back to back, no contention, similar to how I mentioned in the latter stages of the game previously. This means nothing happened. Between 5 and 12 minutes, G2 took an Infernal and a Cloud, didn't have to do anything. 12 minutes, they'd go top lane again, get Broken Blade ahead. Broken Blade was big in this game. He doesn't end up being the MVP. I'll get to why, but he was big in this game. G2 would then make a couple more picks, so they're pulling ahead even farther. By 15 minutes, they're up 6-1, 3K gold, and Jankos is 1-1 and 5 on J4, so he is making a difference. He is getting 100% kill participation. He'd also go to Ocean Soul Point, 17 minutes. It's contested. They get an ace, 5-2. Both 80 carries on either side would get double kills, Flacked and Neon. Caps would outplay a 3v1 a minute later. If you want to watch it at 18 minutes, he would be able to trade kills in a 3v1. Also an interesting thing in this game, Misfits did pick Cassiopeia in mid, which was interesting. It was really interesting. 19 minutes, Misfits would start mounting their comeback. Harit had a double kill in mid on Glenn. 20 minutes, it's 12-6 G2. They're up 5K gold, and Caps is 3-1 and 8 on Rise. So Caps is really hard carrying as well. Broken Blade's got a good score. 20 minutes, they trade kills in mid. 23 minutes, G2 would win a team fight 4-0 to take Ocean Soul. So everything's going G2's way, really, pretty much. They take an uncontested Baron off of that because they have death timers for the Misfits players. So they have an 8K gold lead. When they're trying to end, Harit is able to solo kill Broken Blade in top lane, which causes a chain reaction through the jungle that forces G2 to reset. 29 minutes, Misfits win the Elder. They take the Elder Drake. Massive situation. They win 4-2. Neon and Schlatan with double kills. So now Misfits are in the driver's seat. Despite being down significantly, they got the Elder Drake. They've got the death timers. They go and take the Baron, which completely eliminates the gold deficit. They were down 8K before it. Before the Elder, this Baron power play was like 6.5K. They were able to completely eliminate it. 33 minutes. G2 are up 22-14 in kills. Like, you see the score, 27-16. They're up 22-14 in kills, but yet Gold was tied. And Misfits had just finished a Baron and Elder. 34 minutes after this Baron, at 34 minutes, Misfits are able to get 2 kills in mid, push to try and end. And this is where Flack becomes the MVP on Senna. He gets a quadra kill as the Nexus is exposed, killing all the members of Misfits. Not by himself, there's 2 other members alive, but he gets all the credit because he had all the kills. And that ends the game. They're able to end the game before all the Misfits respawn, destroy the Nexus, win the game 27-16. But it was the last 2 minutes, probably. The game completely flipped to 29 minutes at Elder. It was a true Elder flip in all its glory. And, both teams are kind of middle of the pack. They gave me a middle of the pack game. I'm not surprised. They're even. 5th and 6th is about, when I was watching and I thought about my power rankings, 5th and 6th is right. I don't think they're at Vitality's level or Mad Lions or these 2 teams, even though Fnatic threw a complete dud. These guys are in the next tier of teams for sure. So, thank you for watching this half of the video, and on to the LCS lock-in. Alright, on to the LCS lock-in tournament for this second part of my video. We have Liquid and Dignitas here. It was a 4-game series where the first 3 games, the leader at 15 minutes did not win the game. Very interesting series. Really interesting series where Bwipo ends up being MVP. He really, dominated this series, and I'm going to articulate that in this. So, game 1 was slow. Dignitas took the Infernal to start the game, and no kills occurred until 14 minutes, where Bwipo outplayed a 2v1 in top on Graves, getting a double kill. Senna did assist in that. Hans ulted up to top lane, so I guess there was an assist there, but nevertheless, Bwipo did outplay 2 people in a dive attempt at 14 minutes. TL would take a mountain, and they're up 6k gold at 16 minutes. The game would swap, however, in Dignitas' favor at 18 minutes in a fight in mid that went 3-0 for Dignitas. This went into the mid and river area. This actually, although they did do this, the gold lead was now still 3k in favor of TL. Like, TL's gold lead would stick around for a long time, despite Dignitas slowly inching back. TL would take a Cloud uncontested. Eventually, they take the Cloud Soul in this game uncontested, which is really odd. 25 minutes, Dignitas are up 4-2 because they got a pick in between the 2 Drake takes by Liquid. There was only 1 kill between 20 and 25 minutes, but the gold lead was cut in half again. Liquid were now only up 1.5k gold. 30 minutes, the game really went to Dignitas and never went back to Liquid. Dig won 3-0, Neo with a double kill to be able to take the Baron, which gave them a gold lead they'd never give back. This is where things got interesting because they did that. Liquid were able to take the Cloud Soul uncontested. Well, it was 50-50, but nobody died. I pretty much call that uncontested because no one went into gray screen as a result of what happened. So really, how much did you contest it besides just flipping it? 35 minutes. So we're at 35 minutes now. Dignitas are up 7-2. Only 3k gold. And blue is 3, 2, and 3 on Victor. So he's carrying for Dignitas. This was after Bwipo's outplay in the early game. Bwipo has a ton of kills in this game on Graves. Like, he is side laning out of his... he dominated Fate God in this series. Just really dominated him. 39 minutes, Dignitas would take an Elder after a 1-to-1 fight. This led right to a Baron and a 7k power play. Blue would solo kill Bwipo at 42 minutes, which led to the end of the game. A minute later, Dignitas ended it in a 3-0 through bot lane, 12-5. So Liquid had a lead up through 16 minutes, or 6K. That's a massive lead at 16 minutes, but slowly Dignitas chipped away at it, got it back despite being down Cloud Soul. So that was Dignitas' win in this series, where Liquid clearly wins the next three to take it. Early game, once again, is slow in game 2. Dignitas takes a mountain. They would go top lane to try and set the tone to get Fake God ahead. However, Bwipo would respond a couple minutes later, solo killing Fake God in the Gwen Renekton matchup. That would eventually be traded in kills. Liquid would take a mountain. There would be a trade of kills in top and bot again. And for the next several minutes, Dignitas would take a lead. At 14 minutes, there would be a fight in top lane where Blue had a double kill on Yasuo and a 4-1 team fight win. So at 15 minutes, Dignitas are up 7-3, 3K gold, and Blue is 3-0-2. Once again, a team ends up blowing the lead from the early game to the mid game. Liquid, 2 minutes later, get a 2-0 in top lane. They turn that. Dignitas get a Cloud opposite side of the rift. Bwipo then at 18 minutes, solo kills Fake God. 2 minutes later, solo kills River. Now all of a sudden, it's 7-7, and Bwipo is 6-3-0 on Gwen. He is a monster. Getting all these solo kills, 3 solo kills in this game. That leads to a Cloud. Eventually, Liquid go to Cloud Soul Point. Don't take it like the game before, but uncontested, they get to Cloud Soul Point. 24 minutes, Liquid win a team fight 4-2 to get the Baron, Hans Sama with a quadra kill. This pushes their gold lead to 6K. Liquid would get a pick a couple minutes later after going to Soul Point, like I said, uncontested. Liquid would get another pick as a result of Bwipo getting a solo kill on Blue. Actually, I didn't register this because it's in purple. I was only looking at black, which is what I write. Kills with no objective as a result. I write it in black. But Bwipo got a solo kill on Blue to result in a Baron, which is purple. So Bwipo had 4 solo kills in this game. And that led to a Baron, which led to a massive power play, and Liquid ended 4-0. Hans Sama with the double kill, 18-9. Like I said, Bwipo with 4 solo kills in this game, and he was not done. The next game, game 3, Liquid would get a 2v2 kill, level 1. They cheesed them, Tom Kench and Varus. 4 minutes, Liquid would go top lane to get Bwipo ahead. Dignitas would go bot lane to right the ship. Minute later, Dignitas would go to bot lane again, then go to top lane. See what I'm trying to do here? So I'm saying it this way because in the first 10 minutes of this game, Dignitas get out to another big lead. River is all over the place. The team is all over the place. To recap, Liquid goes top at 4 minutes. Dignitas goes bot at 4 minutes. Dignitas go back to bot again at 5 minutes. They go to top lane at 6 minutes. At 7 minutes, they go back to bot lane because Dignitas, the 2v2, has gotten a kill on the Team Liquid 2v2. So they go to dive the support. At 9 minutes, Dignitas win 2-0 as Liquid takes the Rift Herald, Neo with the double kill. So by 10 minutes, it's 7-2 Dignitas, and Neo is 3-1-2. Now the gold lead's only 1.5K, which wasn't very much, but they're active. They're all over the Rift. They would go mid again at 10 minutes, take a Cloud, go top lane at 11 minutes. Now they're up 9-2, 2.5K gold. River is 1-0-7 on Poppy. So he is all over the place. Like, Dignitas is all over the place. They're controlling the Rift. They turn it into an ocean. But at 16 minutes, Bwipo solo kills Fake God. He's playing Aatrox. Fake God's playing Gragas. 18 minutes, Liquid win a fight 3-0 in mid. Santorin with a double kill on Xin Zhao. Now the game's starting to get out of hand, just like the game before. And in Liquid's case, the opposite in the first game. Just throw it in the mid game. Liquid would take a Hextech after a pick play. So now at 25 minutes, Dignitas are only up 9-7. Liquid actually has the gold lead, and Bwipo is 4-2-1. Liquid would then, if you notice here, there's 2 light blue lines here. The next 2 instances of action occur around Drakes. Liquid get a pick to take a Hextech Drake. Then they win a fight 2-1. Bjergsen with a double kill to get to Soul Point in 32 minutes. They get a pick at 34 minutes to get the Baron. Their gold lead's only 4.5K at this point, but they end through top at 35 minutes. Santorin with a triple kill to end the game, 16-13. This was the closest of the 4 games for sure. Clearly by the score you can see that, but also, I mean, the 4.5K gold lead at 30 minutes is not much. I mean, it's anybody's game at that point. But once again, Bwipo set the tone at 16 minutes, getting that solo kill, and then was their key contributor at 25 minutes. So he's shown up in all 3 games, and he doesn't stop there. He shows up in Game 4 at moments. He's not the carry in Game 4, but he is the MVP because he shows up in all 4 games. So at 4 minutes, Bwipo solo kills Fake God. The teams would both go to top lane over the next few minutes in an attempt to fix the volatile action and chaos that was happening up there. Dig would go there a second time at 10 minutes. Liquid said, okay, you keep going top lane, we're going to take the ocean, and they did. So Dignitas went to top lane a third time at 11 minutes. Liquid would get a double kill at 12 minutes in the river, meeting them halfway. Bjergsen on Zillion. 15 minutes, they would get another 2-0 team fight win in the jungle. Bwipo would solo kill Neo as well. So 2 solo kills for Bwipo in this game. TL would take a Hex Tech. So at 17 minutes, TL now are up 7-3, 3.5K gold. Bjergsen is 3-0-2. TL would get a pick. They would also win a team fight 2-1 to get to Infernal Soul Point at 21 minutes. So this is the one game where Liquid were like, we have a lead. We're not blowing it. We're going to end this game. Get to Infernal Soul Point at 21 minutes. Bwipo would solo kill Fake God again at 23 minutes. So 3 solo kills. I think he might have had 8 or 9 solo kills throughout this whole series, which is incredible. Dig would get a pick. Liquid would end up taking the soul at 26 minutes. Turn that into a Baron in 3 minutes uncontested, which pushed their gold lead to 6.5K. 32 minutes, Liquid are up 14-7, 8K gold. Bjergsen is 6-0-5 on Zillion. He is bringing back anybody that's even close to dying in this series. I mean, in this game. 33 minutes, Liquid end the game 5-1. And I mean, they beat him 19-9. They beat him good. There was not a moment where Dignitas have this game. One could argue, well, they went top lane, all that, and they got kills in top lane to try and keep Bwipo under control. Excuse me, but by doing that, they lost multiple Drakes. They lost all the priority all over the rest of the Rift, and they end up losing as a result. I mean, I'm surprised Dig even took one game. Honestly, I'm surprised Dig took a game and then actually were up in these 2 games. Like, really, in theory, if Dignitas aren't throwing, they could have 3-0'd Liquid. On paper, shouldn't be 3-0'ing Liquid, and nobody even thinks that they should 3-0 Liquid. But they could have. It's worth noting, Core JJ did not play in this series. They used the sub in support instead of AD carry or in top lane. So hopefully they fix that. Because it's just going to be a shame seeing Liquid and EG play on Sunday. I mean, if EG makes it. It'll be a shame to watch them play and Liquid not have a full roster to see how they compare to EG. I mean, the same thing with C9. I mean, we already know we don't know what what a full C9 roster will look like against EG tomorrow, because it's not going to happen. But nevertheless, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I do this every day for all 4 major regions. I also do weekly power ranking videos for all 4 major regions. So, like I said, thank you for watching, and hope you come back for more content.